Hey guys, Tom from Velocity here, back in the showroom today with a super special truck. Now, before you ask, I'm sorry, I'm going to break it to you right now at the start of the video. This one is not for sale. Already sold, custom built for a customer, but I love this one so much. And because it's one of our new K10s, want to film a video, get it on the YouTube, get it on the website so you guys can see what these vehicles are all about. And this one is just so cool. I love it. We're going to get into all the details right now. So a quick background on this truck. It's owned by a customer who already has one of our F250s. And that chap, actually this vehicle is his wife's, which is really cool. But that chap, when he bought his first F250, it was a boxwood green, boxwood Wimbledon white bump side from us. He traded in an Aston Martin. That Aston Martin had a really, really cool color. And so what he wanted to do, him and her wanted to do with their second vehicle is take an Aston Martin inspired color and put that on the K10. And so this is called forest green metallic. It is a super, super deep green. It's almost got touches of black and brown in it, but anyway, it's really, really deep green. It's a metallic, and so when you get up close to it, man, this thing just sparkles and shines and pops, and when the natural light's hitting it, when the sun's hitting it, this thing just dances, it comes alive. Here in the showroom, when you take a few paces away, it starts to get really dark. It's a super, super dark green, but then as the light hits it, you just get those pops and flashes of the metallic. So anyway, really, really nice forest green metallic for this truck. It looks fantastic on the K10. I really like the choice that the guys went on the color scheme. And as we get into the details, you're going to see some of the accent colors that we pulled in, the wood grain and the steel wheels and the chrome and everything. It's just really cool truck. It just has come together exceptionally well. Let's go around the front of the vehicle and show you the front end. And these K-series trucks, the K5, the K10, they all have a very similar front end grille. They're pretty simple, really. There's not tons to talk about here. You've got a full chrome bumper lower, and then of course the full chrome grille with the Chevy badge. And really, this is just what you would expect on a vehicle of this generation. There are people in the comments that are going to talk about the difference between the slant hood and the flat hood and things like that, and there was lots of different variations, but this is the way one of our K5s and K10s of this era looks. It looks really, really nice. One of the upgrades on the front of the vehicle, like on all Velocities, is going to be the LED headlamps. These are Holley Retro Bright, so they look like an old school halogen lamp, but actually they are brand new LED. Super tough, super durable. They're a really, really good product by the guys, Holley. So really, really like that product. Other than that, that's about it for the front end. Of course, you're met as you look at the vehicle, the hood with even more of that brilliant forest green metallic, and it just looks fantastic. Before we walk down the side of the vehicle, this is our Heritage Series K10. So if you don't know what that means, if a Velocity vehicle is four-wheel drive, it has a Heritage upgrade option. If it's a two-wheel drive, it has a Street upgrade option. And so really what we do with those two options, they're basically an overhaul of the exterior and interior just to take it to that next level, just make it look a bit more classic or a bit more unique. And so this vehicle features that package, and that package features lots of different things. Not limited to, of course, this amazing wood trim, which is what I want to start with. Why? Because it continues all the way through the vehicle. So no two-tone on this. We're just fully covered in paint of the forest green metallic. But what we've done is we've dropped in here in the trim this really, really nice dark wood grain. And it is a dark wood grain, and it just works amazingly with the paint color. With the chrome and then that insert, the inlay, it looks really, really nice. Let's talk about the wheels next. They are a Scottsdale wheel. They're a Steely style wheel, a deep dish wheel, and they look great. We've got a couple of different options when you go to Heritage on these K10s. We have this option, and we also have like a more of a multi-spoke option. But this one looks particularly good, in my opinion, with this paint color. With some of the lighter colors, it can be a little bit too much, but with this paint color, it looks absolutely awesome. I love the wheels. They look bloody brilliant. They look really, really nice. Let's come on to other upgrades then that you get as part of the Heritage series. And if you watch a video before, you'll have heard me talking about our billet, and this vehicle's no exception. So Velocity billet side mirrors, Velocity billet door handle as well. Really nice, really premium, made in-house on our 5-axis machine. You can't buy these anywhere online. They are only available at the moment on Velocity vehicles, which is really, really nice. Little details like the Velocity Flying V etched in there too. Come down the side of the vehicle then, and of course it continues with this awesome, awesome color. And we get to the back, and you're going to notice even more of that wooden trim start to come in, and some other features. A bit more to talk about at the back here than there is the front, really. Obviously, matching chrome bumper at the back, and then that inlay, the wooden inlay, dark wooden trim, lovely grain to it, comes around the side of the vehicle and into the tailgate, which looks really, really nice. Chevrolet, of course, the decals, the badges stuck on the back, and as well as the Velocity badging too. One thing to note, again, when you go to the Heritage Series is going to be the tailgate door handle. And so that is an upgraded billet option that we only offer on these Heritage Series. And what looks really nice about them is they're very, very flush mounted, and they have the rear view camera built in. So instead of installing the rear view camera here underneath the license plate or something like that, it just sits up here nicely in the tailgate handle. What that means is you just get much better visibility from the rear view camera. Let me drop down the tailgate and you're going to see what makes this truck even more special. So the wood I mentioned now has been dropped in to the bed. It's an amazing wood bed liner that matches the rest of the wooden trim in the truck. And I think you will agree, I hope you will agree, because standing here, it just looks unbelievably nice. I mean, the grain in the wood, the little details in the wood, it just looks fantastic. The sides of the bed have been painted, the back of the bed has been painted, wheel arches have been painted. We haven't like wrapped align this just to make it look absolutely show-stopping, and that it does. Quick note as well, this is where your fuel fillet is, your fuel cap is on these trucks, so it's not behind the cab, it is between the chassis rails. Here is the fuel tank, and this is where you fill up at the back. Looks amazing. I mean, what an absolute work of art in my opinion. Just looks brilliant with the wooden bed liner put in there. Absolutely stunning. All right, let's continue and jump into the interior. And you're going to notice straight away what we've done with the wood. With the brown leather, it just looks brilliant. The customer didn't want to go too loud with the interior. They wanted to keep it a bit more classic, a little bit more dialed back. And so what we did was we worked some of the external elements into the interior. Start as always with a door panel wrapped in leather, completely custom made by the guys here at Velocity, and that matching wooden inlay has been dropped in the door panel here too, which is really, really nice. Again, because it's the Heritage Series, you've got upgraded billet components, so door release and your window regulators, they're not manual winders. Of course, all Velocity vehicles have electric windows, this one being no exception, so pull up and it goes up, push down, it goes down. Really, really cool. I think my favorite thing about these door panels though, other than the wooden inlay, is just the way the speaker mount is. Really, really nice. This is a completely custom design. Speaker mount is a speaker behind here. Full focal speaker system in this vehicle, but it's very subtle, tiny little bit of branding, but looks absolutely amazing. Jumping into the truck then, made easier by the powered side steps. And if you haven't seen these before, this is how they work. When you shut the door, the pin goes in, and up they go. And then when you open the door, out they come again. So it makes it really easy to get inside and outside of the vehicle, because these K10s and the K5s that we build, they're not super lifted, but they're certainly, you have a road presence to them. They are certainly standing quite tall, so much easier to get into the vehicle. Right, let's talk about this interior in a bit more detail. Obviously, we've got a Spark Industries billet steering wheel here, completely custom made for us, look amazing, Velocity Flying V in the horn button there, and this thing is just insane. If you watch these videos, you'll know I love these steering wheels. They feel amazing, they look amazing. You've got the green stitch here just flashed in, and you're going to notice as we talk about the bench, what we've done is we've matched the stitch color with the exterior paint color. Now, it looks really, really nice, especially on this steering wheel. Behind that, we've got a tilt adjustable steering column, so that's really nice, usable. And then behind that again, we've got the digital instrument cluster. Digital instrument cluster is by Dakota Digital, so basically it looks like an old school instrument cluster, old school dash, but actually it's going to give you some more modern information. There's two screens, one on either side. They don't get in the way. It doesn't make the truck look too modern, but they do just give you some extra details, including the remaining fuel mileage, temps, pressures, things like that. You can cycle through various things and set them up. The thing I love the most, though, about sitting here and looking is the wooden grain that's been dropped into the instrument cluster as well. You're also going to see that over here on the glove box, but it just looks absolutely brilliant. Let's go on the other side. All right, so let's now talk about some more of the details. Start with the bench seat. I always say to people, do not be concerned about the bench seat. People often ask, hey, with the K5, you can do the full Recaro seat, you can do the low back seat, the individual seats. Are they more comfortable than the bench seats in your trucks? No, not at all. These bench seats that we put, they're similar to what we put in our F250s as well. They have amazing lumbar support, really nice cushioning, seating position is great, they feel really nice. They are adjustable, backrest can tilt forward and back, and actually this whole bench can slide forward and backwards a little bit as well, so it does have some of those axes of adjustability. But anyway, very, very comfortable seating position and seat. Coming to the details then of the bench, and you're going to notice here, see in all its glory, this plaid stitch pattern with this green stitch color inserted. And so the green stitch, it can never match exactly, right? It's very hard to match a paint color with a material, but the guys have done a bloody good job. It's very, very, very close here. It looks amazing. It just gives the interior a little bit of a pop. When you're standing further away, it almost looks like it's black stitch, but then as you get up close, you can see we just went the extra mile and dropped in that green stitching there. I think it looks absolutely fantastic. Because this vehicle is an enclosed cabin vehicle, it is fully carpeted, really, really nice. And again, this isn't actually a black carpet. It's almost an off kind of brown carpet, brown gray carpet. So not fully black carpet, just to match the rest of the aesthetic of this interior. Floor mats there are fully carpeted and rubber backed, and you've got another layer of carpet underneath that. And then you've got, of course, all the way around the cabin, all of the noise, vibration, heat proofing that you would expect to make this place comfortable. And I can tell you it is very, very comfortable in here. You do also have two speakers in the kick panels as part of that focal speaker system, as well as a sub behind you. So audio in this truck is absolutely fantastic in combination with all those speakers. Let's go up then, and you're going to notice these two levers here. They are for your four-wheel drive, your high and low, so you still got all that functionality. And then above that, you've got your main kind of infotainment slash AC climate control area. We'll start with the infotainment. It's an Alpine double DIN system. It's a touchscreen system. It operates with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto and Bluetooth and all that stuff. There's a microphone that's plugged into this, so you can take calls and do all that good stuff. And that's also where the backup camera is going to appear. So when you switch the vehicle into reverse, backup camera is going to appear there. I prefer the backup camera appearing in the screen rather than in the rev cam. Excuse me, in the reversing mirror, because sometimes you can put them in there. But that's personal preference. If you wanted to build one of these trucks, but you wanted the rev cam to be up here, you could do either. It's not a problem. Above that, you've got a vintage air AC system. So brand new vintage air AC system. We love the guys' products at Vintage Air. They work amazingly well, especially in an enclosed cabin vehicle like this. And truly, 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 in the heat here, even in Florida, this cabin stays cool. These guys work really, really well. I love the simplicity of the design of this particular control panel. All you do is set kind of where you want your target temperature to be. It automatically regulates it, but it doesn't have sort of any egregious screens or anything like that. There's no kind of crazy rainbow colors. It just sits there really nicely finished in black. That's really awesome. Above that, we've got the dash pad. And again, you're going to notice that green stitch across that dash pad. And then above again, we've got some sun visors. This truck is a Chevrolet, so it doesn't at the moment have a headliner, right? It just has this really nice design top of the roof here. Looks amazing. And of course, it's been painted again in that forest green metallic, which is really, really nice. I think that about covers it for the interior, but it looks absolutely fantastic. I love how it's dialed back. I love how it's toned in. It just looks really, really nice. A very comfortable place to be. All right, so let's get a good look under the hood of this K10, and you're going to be immediately greeted by a brand new 6.2 litre V8. It's the LT1, a brand new crate engine by the guys at GM. We use it in all of our Chevrolet products, and for good reason. There's tons of power, tons of bottom end torque, but most importantly, these engines are really nice and reliable. They're like a modern engine, so easily serviceable. They can get you from A to Z every single time without having to worry about getting there. Really nice. About 460 horsepower, lots of off the line speed with these engines, and you need it in a larger truck like this, especially if you're coming out of a junction or you're overtaking somebody, but not too much speed, right? We don't necessarily need to go up to 700-800 horsepower in these vehicles. You could, but you don't need it. For everyday driving, this is the perfect power plant transplant to go in this engine bay. Other than that, engine bay looks immaculate. It looks fantastic. We've got these really nice billet hood hinges here. You're going to notice a lot of custom fixtures and fittings, very little use of anything non-standard here to make it look as OEM as possible, which is really, really nice. Behind the engine, we've got an automatic transmission. It's a 10-speed, the 10L80, that comes as part of the package with this engine. It's really nice, a super smooth transmission, easy to use, but also it means that when you are up at highway speeds, because this truck can do that very comfortably, you're not sitting in top gear, right? You're going to be in 6th, 7th, 8th gear maybe, and you're not going to get any of the exhaust drone or anything like that. So it just makes it very, very, very usable every day. Main thing to talk about from a drivability perspective, though, is going to be the chassis. So this is a 4-link coilover rotor shop chassis built by the guys at Rotor Shop specifically for us, and it makes this truck drive amazingly well. Coil all the way around, 4-link coilover chassis, just something that you can't skip on. You can do all of this work. You can make a truck look as good as this, but you have to have the drivability, and that chassis enables that. You do also have disc Brakes all round by Willwood, so the hydro boosted disc brakes all round, so lots of stopping power as well as lots of go power. That's the main thing for us. It's not about being the fastest, it's about being the most reliable and the safest so that you can use trucks like these every day. You don't have to worry about tinkering with them. Servicing is easy. It can be serviced at any GM or Chevrolet dealer, no problem. Just very easy to maintain and use. There we have it. Jim, Kim, those are their names. Guys, this truck for you is perfect. I can't wait to see Kim's face when she gets delivery of this vehicle. It looks amazing. For you guys watching at home, man, this truck, it does not do it justice, the video. I'm really, really excited for the guys to take ownership of this vehicle. And you could be the next person to do a build like this with us. If you're interested in the K10s, if you want to learn more about what we do here, please don't hesitate to reach out. A vehicle like this comes with a number of other benefits we don't talk about as we're walking around the vehicle. You get a 2-year bumper-to-bumper warranty with an option to extend to 4 years. You get lots of different support. You get parts support. You get manuals, all the normal things you would expect when you're purchasing a vehicle like this. On top of that, you can opt to finance or trade in. I mentioned earlier that the owner of this vehicle traded in an Aston Martin against his first F-250 with us. No problem, just like trading in with a normal dealership. Same with financing. We can structure a financing and a payment structure that works for you with a deposit and then monthly payments thereafter. So all the normal things that you would expect buying our vehicle at a normal dealership, except it's a resto mod from Velocity. If you've got any questions, please let us know. I hope you've enjoyed the video. You can leave a comment down below if you're watching on YouTube. If you're checking us out on Instagram, you can leave a comment or send us a DM. And if you're watching on the website and you're thinking, Tom, I'd love to work with you, I want to build a truck like that, please hit the contact us button and you can fill in a form or give us a call and somebody on the sales team will get right back to you. Thanks for watching this video, guys.